Welcome to this very historic day at the happiest place on earth, the 50th anniversary of Disneyland.
This afternoon, Disneyland, the world's most fabulous kingdom, will be unveiled before an invitational world premiere, and you are guests. Art Linkletter will be your host, and with ABC crews and cameras on the spot, will guide you through this truly magic land.
Well, I feel like Santa Claus with a $17 million bundle of gift packages all wrapped in whimsy. Isn't this a riot today?
Oh, it certainly is.
And Ron, your first job is down here in the town square.
Right out here in front of the depot, yes, for the Main Street and the parade and so forth.
We have lots to do. Get busy.
Art Linkletter is looking for a microphone. He's standing over there in front of the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
And there the boat is christened, and it starts on its daily trips up and down the rivers of the world. Walt, you've made a bum out of Barnum today, but we've got to go.
I know, but I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and everybody that helped make this dream come true.
Let's go into Fantasyland and have some fun.
Goodbye, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the renowned entertainment personality who, 50 years ago, presided over the live telecast of Opening Day, July 17, 1955, the legendary Art Linkletter.
Thank you. Oh, what a nice welcome. Gee, I haven't changed a bit, have I? Because this is not only the biggest and happiest birthday party for the great park, but it's my 93rd birthday today. That's why I can say I'm not only happy to be here, I'm happy to be anywhere. Actually, we have a pin on. I'm a member of the 55 class, and all the wonderful people who make up the cast of this party have pins from 5 to 55 and on down. Actually, mine should be earlier than that, because I stood here 2 years before there was anything here with Walt Disney and two young men from Stanford University who've been given the job of finding the right place in Southern California to build a Disneyland. They selected this place, and you should have seen it. Orange groves, avocados, little places to live here and there, one road to Los Angeles, no freeway. I didn't have the heart to tell Walt that this was an idea that it wasn't a keeper. It wouldn't have done any good, because everybody had been telling him that ever since he started talking about it. Even his brother Roy said, we can't afford it and you can't do it. But 2 years later, I was standing here, it was done, it was open, and we were ready to get going. And we were helped in that opening broadcast, which went all over the world, listened to and watched by about 81 million people, and covering the entire fairgrounds with no rehearsal, very little script, and all kinds of things happening that shouldn't have happened. But that's why Walt picked me to be the host, because he didn't want somebody that needed a script. And he knew that I could ad-lib no matter what happened, because he and I had spent a week together at the Olympic Winter Games up at Lake Tahoe, and he had put on a show every night for the athletes, just the athletes, and the officials, and I emceed. And I learned how to swing with the unexpected. For instance, I didn't realize that as they sat around the table, they had 47 different languages and interpreters for all those languages with different lengths. So when I would tell a joke, there'd be absolute silence. And then the Spanish would laugh, and then the Greeks would laugh, and then the Germans would laugh, and then, of course, finally the English. And then, of course, he knew that I'd opened 3 World's Fairs with all the unexpected things that can happen there. That was San Diego, that was Dallas, and that was San Francisco. And so we opened with Ron Reagan, my dear friend at that time, who was an actor, and Bob Cummings, who was a wonderful star and a great ad-libber. and a young fellow named Walt Disney. And the three of us covered this fair with no rehearsal on a day that required the unexpected to happen. It started with a temperature, 110 degrees. Then it started with the crowds, who had become very, very onerous because the first day was an invitation day. It was a private, free party for 11,000 people. And you know how many crowded in that day? 30,000. There were more people climbing the walls, coming in through the cracks, swimming underground, faking tickets, riding on other people's tickets. And so by noon, all the food and beverages were gone. There were no water in the water faucets because 2 weeks before, the plumbers told Walt Disney, you have your choice of, we can't do it. You can have one of two things. You can have water in the faucets or you can have water in the toilets. It was going to be there eventually, of course, but Walt picked the toilets. And so there was no water. So there were a lot of people who were unhappy, but the cast is what made the difference. These wonderful kids who you'll see in costume here in a few minutes, all the way from Mickey and Minnie Mouse to all of the wonderful people that Disney made come to life on the screen, they pulled together and they made the crying children happy. They found the crying husbands happy. And the 400 lost children were found, 400 an hour, and they made it work. And so Black Sunday turned out to be okay in many ways because our show was great and the cast were great. And later on, the press lived to come back and visit and rewrite their bad things that they said about the opening day. That's what happened. But in the meantime, the show went on and millions of people came from all over the world to relive their childhood, to have the fun and games that a guy like Walt Disney could dream of. And I was part of that. It would be a part of my life I will never forget. And as I stand here today, I thank Walt Disney for introducing me to a new world, a world of children and games and fun that I had been using in my own show. Kids say the darndest things. You know, I interviewed 27,000 children, and those 27,000 children are now old men. They come up to me at airports and say, do you remember me, Mr. Linkletter? I was on your show when I was 4. But now today we have a great, great party for you. We had thousands of people lined up outside last night at midnight. Where are the people who were lined up? Let me see your hands. I don't know what you did for sleep, but wake up because it's showtime. How many of you were here in 1955? Let's see the hands. Here are the few. Oh, they're wrinkled. Ah, that's all right. Mine are too. And so here we are, back to celebrate once again the dreams of a man who was a great child until he died. And incidentally, yesterday a man walked up to me in the park and said, isn't it a shame that Walt Disney didn't live to see this? And I said, he did see this, and that's why it's here. That was the mind of a man who was a dreamer and a doer. Well, now, I've mentioned Ronald Reagan several times. He was a great help in the show. And, of course, he was here again in 1935 when they had a special party for the park. And in between, of course, he did something else. What was it now? Oh, he was president for 2 terms. And he was a great guy and a great president. And we have him on film, and we'll take a look at hear what he said in 1935, the 35th anniversary. Come on in, Ronnie.
It's an honor and a privilege to join with you as we rededicate one of America's treasures, a place that has captured the imagination and earned the affection of 4 generations of Americans, and a place that has served as host and goodwill ambassador to millions of visitors from abroad. They say that one man of vision can change the world. Well, maybe Walt Disney didn't alter the globe, but he did make one small section of it a happier, friendlier, and more civilized place. And while it's said that faith can move mountains, Walt never tried. Instead, he built his own mountains. giving the children of the world new summits in what would become a small world of friendship and understanding.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to start, and I think I better turn it over to Mickey. He's the guy that makes it all work. Thank you very much.
With us. And now, on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President, Chief Operating Officer, and CEO-elect of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful morning it is here in one of the most beautiful places on earth. 50 years ago today, Walt Disney stood just down the street, the town square, and officially introduced the world to Disneyland. And 5 decades later, what started as orange groves in rural Anaheim, and of course as one man's fantastic dream, has grown into what we see here today, a place of fantasy, adventure, and dreams come true that has been embraced by the people world over of all ages, spanning all generations. And that indeed makes today the happiest birthday on earth. But speaking of birthdays, how about Art Linkletter, 93 years old? Art, happy birthday to you. Art was telling us backstage that he gave up skiing at the age of 92 a year ago. I was bragging that I gave up skiing at the age of 53 a year ago. I think Art's going to be climbing the Matterhorn later today if all of you are interested. Art, again, happy birthday. And if you've ever been to the park when the gates first open in the morning, it's really quite an extraordinary experience. I know a lot of you were here early today, so perhaps you saw what I saw. A dad flanked by 2 little daughters making a beeline for Adventureland, teenagers already wearing goofy hats, and a family of 6 excitedly hunched over a Disneyland guidebook planning their day at the park. All these people had one thing in common, a smile. And those smiles were filled with excitement, happiness, and enthusiasm because for a day they could forget all the cares of the outside world and enjoy time together with family, friends, or that special someone. Walt Disney's wish for Disneyland was that it would be a source of joy and inspiration for all the world. Everywhere you look around you, it's clear that that wish was granted. But even surpassing Walt's wildest dreams, our celebration spans far beyond the borders of Disneyland. In every sense of the phrase, this really is the happiest celebration on earth. From California to Florida, from Tokyo to Paris to Hong Kong Disneyland, which will be joining the celebration in less than 2 months. And on hand to make this celebration a special, memorable experience for our guests are the thousands of incredibly dedicated and amazing cast members who embody the magic of Disney today as they have for 50 years. So let's give all of them a great hand. The excitement of our golden anniversary seems endless as our happiest celebration on earth truly touches every corner of the globe. And so now it's a great privilege to introduce you to a man whose wisdom, support, and guidance have meant so much to me personally for the last 10 years, and whose creative vision, leadership, and countless contributions to the Disney legacy are the reason we're all able to celebrate the Disney theme park experience here and around the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Michael Eisner. Michael?
Thank you, Bob, for those kind words, and more importantly, for your dedication. And I'm positive this company will be under great direction moving forward under your helm. I also want to say it is great to have Diane Disney Miller and Ron Miller and their whole family here with us today, all of their family and more. Did I say Ron? Ron preceded me as the CEO, and almost everything you see here today was created by Walt, moved forward by Ron and me, and now Bob. So we're thrilled to have you here. And it's hard to believe it's been 50 years since Disneyland welcomed its first guests. In fact, I remember watching Walt Disney's television show on ABC when he told us all about this a new idea called Disneyland. I didn't quite know what to expect sitting at a New Jersey school, but I was mesmerized, and so was the rest of America, because Walt's enthusiasm was so intoxicating. We all wanted to leave school, of course, and come to California. So for a full year, Americans everywhere watched their television screens wide-eyed as 160 acres of Southern California orange groves became America's Main Street, a charming, gilded castle, a rustic wilderness fort, lush, inviting jungles, and even a land of the future. Today, this place is even more beautiful and filled with even more excitement, fantasy, and adventure than maybe even Walt could have envisioned. Actually, getting off the 5 freeway today and coming into a beautified Anaheim, into Disneyland, is just the latest step in the evolution of this great place. But Disneyland is more than just castles and imagination. Walt said it himself: you can dream, you can create, you can build the most wonderful place in the world, but it requires people to make a dream a reality. I couldn't agree more. The people, as Bob said, our guests and our cast members, are what constitute the energy and enthusiasm and spirit of Disneyland. And all of you are the heart and soul of the happiest place on earth. And that same philosophy rings true for all 11 of our Disney theme parks worldwide. For 5 decades, people of all ages and from all walks of life, from every corner of the earth, have come to visit Disneyland. The fantastic memories they have are from their time with us that makes Disneyland so special and so dear to so many. Hundreds of millions of people have passed through the gates of Disneyland, including countless presidents and dignitaries, heads of state, astronauts, sports legends, and movie stars, and everybody. Today we're lucky to have a very special guest joining us who actually fits into several of these categories. It is my sincere pleasure to introduce a very special guest who has traveled from our state's capital to help us celebrate this important day in the history of Disneyland. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the governor of the great state of California, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow, look at all these people. This is incredible. Thank you very much. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Thank you, Michael. And it is fantastic to be here today and to be part of this historic celebration. This is where it all began 50 years ago. And Disneyland is a true original. It's a place everyone wants to go, and a place you never forget once you have been here. I still can remember the first time I came here, when I came over here from Austria. And I especially remember the first time Maria and I brought our kids here to Disneyland. We all had an amazing time here as a family, and as a father, I love seeing my kids having so much fun. And let me tell you something, as governor, Disneyland is a California dream. Every year it pumps billions of dollars into our economy, and it supports more than 65,000 jobs in California. And Disneyland, yes, a big hand to Disneyland. And another thing, Disneyland is like a magnet. It draws people from around the world, not only to come here, but to visit California's other spectacular sites, like our beaches, our parks, cities, deserts, and our beautiful mountains. So this is an engine that drives California tourism and our economy. And it brings opportunity to so many people in our state. So today, I am so pleased to join with millions of people from around the world to say, happy birthday, Disneyland, and thank you for 50 wonderful years. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Walt Disney knew that his work had tremendous influence on families and especially on children. He also knew this made him and his people sharper, looking forward to the world of tomorrow. Governor, you have championed many organizations that play an active role in supporting our youth and helping them reach a brighter tomorrow. So, on behalf of all of us here at Disney, I would like to present you with this one-of-a-kind golden motorcycle designed by American Honda in honor of the 50th anniversary of Disneyland. And if the governor had brought his helmet, he would have driven it himself. We understand that you plan to donate this vehicle and that the proceeds will help the fantastic youth program After School All-Stars with its mission of bringing hope to young people in our state.
Well, Michael, thank you so much. What a great generosity. Thank you. And you're absolutely right. I will donate this to my favorite charity, which are after-school programs for our kids in California, because I think children are the most important thing, that they are our future, and we have to do everything we can to provide after-school programs, because so many kids are home alone after school. So this will provide some extra money. I'm going to auction this off, and I hope that we're getting a lot of money for this, for after-school programs. Thank you very much for your generosity. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Governor Schwarzenegger. Many of you have heard the story about the genesis of Disneyland. When Walt Disney's two daughters were young, Sundays were Daddy's Day. He'd usually take them somewhere like the zoo or the fair or an amusement park. And at those parks, Walt would often sit on a bench eating peanuts while his daughters had all the fun. So he envisioned a wondrous place where dads and daughters, well, the entire family to be exact, could share a day of fun, adventure, and laughs together. The dream that became Disneyland was indeed inspired by Walt's own family. And I can think of no better way to celebrate this great day than to welcome home the very inspiration for Walt's vision. It is a great, great pleasure and honor to introduce you to one of Walt's beloved daughters. Please welcome Diane Disney Miller. Welcome home, Diane.
Thank you for your kind welcome. It is truly wonderful to be here to celebrate this milestone occasion with everyone who is here and to honor my father's vision, changing vision, and his dream come true, Disneyland. I only wish that my sister Sharon was here by my side. But I find I have a host of other Disney family members. We're all cousins, almost the whole first 3 rows here. And Art Linkletter is here. And that is the best. And I love you, Art Linkletter. Thank you. Happy birthday. Really do. Some of you who are here today were here then, 50 years ago. I wasn't. Neither was my mother nor my sister. My father had said to us the day before, I don't want any of you women coming out there tomorrow. It's going to be a mess, and I don't want to have to worry about you too. Our feelings weren't hurt at all, seriously. We knew how important that day was to him. The invocation that day was given by the Reverend Glenn Pewter. My dad chose Glenn because he liked and respected him, and Glenn was also married to Dad's precious and only niece, Dorothy Disney Pewter. Dorothy is the daughter of Roy and Walt Disney's oldest brother, Herbert. Dorothy and Glenn were not able to be here today, but they live quite near me in Napa. Their daughter, Linda Pewter Taylor, is here, though, with her family and the family of her brother, Paul. Linda and her brothers, David and Paul, were here with their parents 50 years ago. Dad's vision called for this, for Disneyland, to be something that would grow more beautiful every year, and it has. He saw that it would change and grow and offer continually new, even more delightful entertainment to its visitors. I really don't think, though, that he envisioned that a lot of people would resist too much change because they loved some of the original attractions so much. But the creativity and skill of those who developed the attractions, the talent and dedication of every cast member, the goodwill and good spirits of everyone who has been a part of this wonderful experience through these past 50 years have brought it along and will carry it on. Dad often expressed his gratitude to the public, those who understood and appreciated what he gave them. The support of the public, he said, enabled him to grow and to move on, to do more and more. All of you who love this place so much have, with your continuing support, enabled it to go on, fulfilling his hopes and expectations. Now, I don't expect to be here for the 100th anniversary, but I'm certain that there will be one. And maybe some of you that are here today will be here then with your children and grandchildren, and I'm willing to bet that the enchanted tiki room will still be here when you come. Thank you.
Diane, thank you very much. As a token of our great appreciation to you and your family for coming here today, we'd like to present you with this famous photograph. This is a picture of your dad. I'm told he didn't even know that it was being taken, walking right through that castle. And it's become quite a famous photograph, been copied probably thousands of times in 50 years.
We love this photograph. We don't have one, and thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You couldn't have given me anything we'd all love more. Thank you, Bob.
It's certainly a tremendous pleasure having you here with us today to celebrate this incredible rededication to your father's incredible legacy. I know I speak for everyone at Disney when I say thank you. And now, Diane, will you echo the very words that your father, her father, Walt Disney, delivered 50 years ago on this very day when he presented his gift of Disneyland to the world, dedicating it to the young and the young at heart everywhere. Diane?
Thank you, Michael. I'd love to try. To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
This will be a place of joy and inspiration for children of all ages with true imagination.
put on your golden ears and sing Happy Birthday to Disneyland.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Disneyland. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you for joining us for our 50th anniversary ceremony. On behalf of all of us at Disneyland, we extend our special thanks to Diane Disney Miller, Art Linkletter, and Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger for celebrating this historic occasion with us. And from all of us to all of you, may you enjoy the rest of this very special day at the happiest place on earth.